There are only 52 days left until Election Day, but in this presidential race, we can expect the unexpected and the unimaginable. And tonight, the contrast between the Democratic and Republican candidates for president couldn't be starker. Today on Earth One, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke at a campaign reception here in Washington, and her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, was in the swing state of Wisconsin making his pitch to voters. You know, the normal things you'd expect from a serious presidential campaign. Yet, over on Earth 2, Donald Trump and his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, who were also campaigning today, are still falsely claiming that Haitian immigrants are eating pets in Springfield, Ohio, and don't seem to care about the pain and chaos it's causing. I mean, everything about this is insane, but it's an ugly and very serious turn in a campaign that promises to get uglier still. Watching all of this happen, I can't help but think of another racially fraught moment in presidential politics. In 2008, smack in the middle of then-Senator Barack Obama's quest for the Democratic presidential nomination, a recording surfaced of the Reverend Jeremiah Wright delivering a long 2003 sermon entitled "Confusing God and Government," where he said, quote, "No, no, no, not God bless America, God damn America." A firestorm ensued because Obama and his wife were parishioners in his church, were married by him, had their daughters baptized by him. Obama stopped going to his church and was compelled to deliver one of the best speeches in American politics and the best speech ever on race. Obama did all of this to save his high-flying campaign from crashing to the ground, a campaign that led him to become the first black person elected president of the United States. My, how things have changed. Today, a former president, who is the current Republican nominee for president, is saying this about Haitian immigrants who've settled in Springfield, Ohio, legally under temporary protected status.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
This is a reprehensible lie. This is racist. This is xenophobic. And this unvarnished racism is being met with a shameful silence from Republicans. The insistence that the lies stop from the mayor of Springfield hasn't moved them, nor have the bomb threats or the school evacuations or the articulated fears of the embattled Haitian community. When Trump was asked about it yesterday at a campaign rally masquerading as a press conference in Los Angeles, he doubled down and said that his long-promised mass deportation in American history would start in Springfield. Explaining why Trump is willfully lying, Greg Sargent of the New Republic wrote on social media, quote, "It's an open assertion of the power to lie with impunity about immigrants as a prelude to bloody removals of millions." Mass deportation is a priority of Project 2025, the 900-page blueprint of Trump's dystopian vision of for America. And Trump is dehumanizing his intended targets to get the political and social buy-in he would need to implement something so heinous. Vice President Harris and Democrats have been raising the alarm on Project 2025 for months now, even as Trump tries to distance himself from it. She's taking her campaign to redder districts in the hopes of gaining the support of Republicans who can't stomach another Trump term. Harris went into the debate with momentum and came out of the debate with some national polls showing her ahead, albeit within the margin of error. But those polls show a stubborn and frightening reality. Despite his reprehensible lies about Springfield and other issues, nearly half the country is buying what he's selling.